But let's get into this next one. So our next film here, we're going to be Rebel Ridge, man. And this is one, we actually talked about it earlier, but we're going to do have a do-over where we're more prepared. And this is a Netflix exclusive, directed by Jeremy Saulnier. And a former Marine confronts corruption in a small town when local law enforcement unjustly seizes the bag of cash he needs to post his cousin's bail. And the cast of this film stars Aaron Pierre as our potential bail bringer. And we also get Anna Sophie Robb. We also get Don Johnson, who plays the sheriff in this corrupt town. David Denman and James Cromwell as well pop up in this film. And this film was pretty amazing to me. I think it's probably Saulnier's best, or the best of what I've seen him make so far. I feel like he's been building up to this with some of his previous films. I haven't seen all of them, but I did check out Blue Ruin, and I did see the one other Netflix one,
Hold the Dark.
Yeah, Hold the Dark. So it seems like this is a culmination of those reps that he's been putting in with those films. Like this film, as soon as it starts, you're in, like a couple minutes, we meet our character, and then boom, it hits the ground running. It masterfully ramps up tension, it holds tension, and the story is really cool because it kind of touches on some things that have been happening and being exposed in the country lately. I think you were saying last time we tried this that there was a story in Alabama about similar I forgot it's called asset forfeiture. The way that some of these towns are been exploiting these laws to effectively just hijack citizens of their property and money.
Yeah,
that's what happens with this character too in this film.
Yeah, the town here, I think they were getting you on like traffic violations, and before you knew it, like if they stopped you, it's a good chance your car get towed, and you had to go to court. Whatever happened, it was some kind of corrupt thing that you went to court. You didn't know how much the fine was going to be, and you get pretty much just screwing a lot of people over. But
yeah, it's just a crazy racket. There's another case out in I think I saw a Vice special on this. I can't think it was Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those two. But it was essentially this task force, and they were essentially doing the same thing, man, getting these warrants to search people properties and just go in there and take whatever they can find. You got any cash on you, pull you over, boom, you can't account for it or whatever. And the problem was, a lot of these stops were unlawful in the first place. They had no right to even stop these people. But this sheriff in this town in this film is doing the same thing, man. I mean, I feel bad a little bit, just for the circumstances. Even though what he's doing is wrong, I get it, but it's also like, his parish, they don't have no funding, So basically, they've been doing these seizures to kind of keep his police force running. He uses this money he seizes to pay his people and all this stuff, and you realize that a lot of other parishes have had to shut down, and he should too. But he's using this corrupt program that he's developed with this judge to keep this going. And it's interesting. He's got a judge in on it. His officers are in on it. And they just happen to, on some Rambo type stuff, they just happen to have stopped the wrong guy, man. And that's simply all it is, man. And this guy, Aaron Pierre's character, is, a military guy. He knows how to handle himself. And it just goes from there, man. Seeing how this all plays out. And like I said, Saulnier has made just one of the most intense films, man. It's beautiful watching this thing play out, scene to scene. Like even the scene where he initially meets Don Johnson, who I love in this character, man. Character in this role. He's so good, man.
Don Johnson's the biggest jerk. He plays the biggest jerk in this damn movie. Goodness gracious. I actually liked his Big Daddy when he was in
Django, man.
But this character has nothing on Big Daddy. Like he shows up, and I don't know, just completely wrong about what he's doing. But he's the law, and Aaron Pierre's character is just he's a they mess with the wrong guy because he comes off as real humble, And he does a couple things kind of building up to like when he starts fighting back to where he's being the nicest person he can be, and he kind of they take his money and kind of denying him to see his cousin and everything. But this is an overall almost a perfect film about just injustice and how things kind of happen in small towns or whatever. Overall, Aaron Pierre is going to be, so far from what we know, he's going to be not Hal Jordan, but John Stewart, Green Lantern in the DC universe, Green Lantern or whatever. I can't really wait to see him in this part because he, overall he embodies a Marine in this story, and he's his fighting skills and everything. It's just an amazing movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's interesting because the first time I seen him was in Old Man, and I hated that movie, so I really didn't pay much attention to him. I really didn't see the potential, you know what I'm saying? And I'll kind of blame that on M. Night for doing a kind of wonky job, with that film. but yeah, man, yeah, he's great in here, man. This, like I said, man, this thing is like it's a star-making performance overall, and I think on more than just Aaron Pierre's level, man. I think this is going to open up more opportunities for Saulnier too, man. Like I can see him getting one of these big budgets. So, interestingly enough, this film had a weird start because John Boyega was initially cast in this film and actually had started filming it, and then all of a sudden they said he disappeared and no one know he left the set until they found out that he checked out of his hotel room, and they brought Aaron Pierre in last minute to keep this thing going. So really? We almost didn't get this, and it's crazy because a lot of people are like, I'm glad Boyega bailed, but I think Boyega could have did this role too, and it came out just as good.
I don't know,
but it's one of them things now. But see, that's recency bias. I think if this film came out with Boyega and the same directed everything, it would have been just as good. But we're used to seeing Aaron Pierre now, so I don't know. That's my opinion on it. But
I wonder why Boyega bailed though.
And that's crazy. Now, like, why did you bail on this? This would have been like he did a film, maybe, I don't know. The film he did right before this one, I think, was the one where the true story about the military guy in Atlanta who took over the bank. So maybe he just felt like, I don't want to be two Army guys back to back. But I was thinking, how did it get this far?
Tyrone. That's the last one I remember.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, they cloned Tyrone. But how did it get that far to where you decide you're already on the set making the film, and then you just like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the adults should have stepped in and be like, you know what, let me do this properly. I'm not even going to sign up for it if I'm having doubts. But he cited some family emergency, but I don't know, man. It's never been confirmed, and we'll never know what's going on with that.